Okay, let's try this yet again. Welcome back, my pack, my tribe, to EVP Part 2. Alright, when we last left off, we were on Wendigo Hill. It's an area right by my house, actually. It's just like not even a 5-minute drive from my house. So, it's really close. But, it's a very, very intense, shall we say, place. Some evil shit went down there. And anyways, so I'm going to continue where we left off. And then we've got some stuff from the Mansfield Fire Museum that it's pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. Alright, without further ado, here we go.
I don't know who or what group, but something happened recently in the years since we've been here.
I've been here since we've been here.
We were here last summer.
Hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Not since I've been here.
Because the last time we were here, it was about this cold.
Last time I was here, it was me, Jacob, Sarah, and Dipshit.
Darren. You say dipshit, I think when you're thinking Mark. Abby, I can't
No, that's
see
dumb.
you. Oh, okay. She's starting to blend in with the scenery.
Yeah. You could barely make her out with the jeans.
But it was a very different feeling then. Like right here, I feel like okay, but the entire place in itself feels wrong.
It just feels dead.
No, it's more than dead. It feels wrong.
What happened here? Did something bad happen here?
What?
Is it safe for us to be here?
Okay, am I still breaking up to you guys? Because, this is getting a little ridiculous. Jeremy, I like the intro, so 2 or 3 times is cool. Okay, good. So everybody's good. Alright. Awesome possum. Alright, the reason I paused it, though, is because it just said something, you hear me react to it. And I'm like, what? Because I couldn't believe what I heard. So we're going to back this up a little bit and play it again, and then I'm going to tell you what I heard. Dead. It feels wrong.
What happened here? Did something bad happen here?
What? It goes secret And then I said, what? And it goes, tell him. So let's listen to that one more time.
What? What?
Is it safe for us to be here?
Dad, it feels wrong.
What happened here? Did something bad happen here?
What?
Is it safe for us to be here?
Okay, right there I hear it say Ghost Wolf. Ghost Wolf. I'll play that again.
Is it safe for us to be here?
Ghost Wolf is here. That's what I heard. Yep, so, and they're talking in chat. Becca says she also heard the name Eli and the name Mike Johnson again. That's a name that repeated itself throughout this whole clip, by the way. Yeah, even Toxie heard it. She said right there. And I heard Ghost Wolf, and then I heard it say Ghost Wolf, and then it goes, Ghost Wolf is here.
Is it safe for us to be here?
What do they do here? Blood ritual.
Is that, yeah, ritual, cut the ritual.
What did they unleash?
Okay, I'm backing it up again because the whole blood ritual that it said. I mean, like, anytime that you're messing with things that you don't understand, things can go really bad. What's even worse is when people are intentionally doing shit that's bad, that, you know, people like me have got to go back and, you know, clean up the mess, so to speak. And I'm not going to go on too much further with this clip because, like, some of the shit, it gets really kind of fucking disturbing. And it says a name that shouldn't be, like, repeated. So, yeah, and I don't want to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next clip. This is to kind of explain this. The Fire Museum is exactly what it sounds like. It's a museum dedicated to the Mansfield Fire Department, and in fact, fire departments around the country and around the world. It's actually got fire engines there from the 1970s all the way back to the mid-1800s with a horse-drawn 8-man hand-pumped fire engine, which was the height of technology for its time. And unlike most haunted places you could go to, it's not so much the building that's haunted as much as it is everything in it. Well, as cool as all the fire engines are, and as much stuff as we get, you know, from firefighters and their dogs there, as I'll explain Sally here in a little bit. There's a couple things inside the fire museum that didn't come from fire departments. They kind of came from an unexpected source. Among these is it's kind of like a room set up to look exactly like a soda shop that was in Mansfield in the 1950s. In this particular soda shop, there was a gentleman there that worked there who worked there when he was a teenager and then went off to the Korean War and came back and met face-to-face with heartbreak. Because unlike what happened with a lot of guys in Vietnam and the Korean War and even World War II, he didn't get a Dear John letter. He just came home and his fiancée was married to somebody else. Dear John letter, if there ever was one, never made its way to him. And so he had, as you can imagine, a very, 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 very hard time, coping with all that, and sadly kind of drank himself to death. But he is super friendly. I mean, a lot of spirits we meet are like, they're friendly enough, but a lot of them, even though they're friendly, are still kind of twisted about, whatever happened to them. Really kind of not so with this guy. I think he's actually happier now than he ever was when he was alive. And so we always have a lot of fun talking to this guy. His name is Donnie, and he's always in this soda shop area of the Fire Museum. So here we go. EVP session recording, soda shop. You here, Donnie? Okay, the reason I'm pausing this yet again, as I'm one to do, because I could sit here and do what they do on other paranormal shows. Okay, I mean, a lot of us that have been a part of the show for a while have heard all of these before. So in a way, a lot of this is for the benefit of my new friends from Palace and everything. Typically, what we do when we capture some piece of evidence, whether it be audio stuff like EVPs, or it be something on video or on a camera, we don't typically review it before we release it to the public. And the reason why that is because we want it to be like we're really not at all interested in proving anything to anybody, first of all. And I've said this on my show a gazillion times, so I'm sure those of you that have been with me for a while already know what I'm going to say, but I can't change anybody's mind. The only thing I can hope to do with this show is open it. And but having said that, a lot of the stuff that we pick up, like this stuff we've all heard before because I've been playing it for a while, but a lot of the new stuff that we pick up, we don't even bother reviewing it. We don't watch it or listen to it or anything a lot of the time because we want to be able to say that in no way was it doctored, has been messed with at all. We're all about integrity of not only ourselves but of what we present, in other words. So a lot of this stuff I don't listen to like on a daily basis. I will only play it when I do a show like this. So I'm not always aware of what I'm about to hear exactly, but because I label things, I'll know, like, well, it's in the soda shop in the Fire Museum, or, it's at Wendigo Hill, because I label it as that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm familiar with it. And so I'm going to back this up a little bit because I just heard something. I said, Donnie, are you here? And immediately after I said it, there was actually an answer. You here, Donnie? What I hear, and I don't know, Becca or somebody may actually hear something different than but what I hear is he answers me and says, yeah, I'm sitting right over here. Oh, well, okay, hold on. Before I go back, I have to respond to something I just saw in chat. Toxie, my friend from Palace, just said you have to respect the spiritual world. That is just how it is. I full-heartedly agree. I do not like a lot of the TV shows that kind of portray investigators as provoking, assholes to put it bluntly. Because honestly, it's unnecessary to provoke and to carry on like that. And basically, I've always said that the best rule is don't say something to a spirit you wouldn't say to a stranger in his own home. And I don't know about you. I know there are some crazy people out there, but I would never walk into a stranger's home and go, "Hey, why don't you try and fucking scare me?" or some bullshit like that. It just wouldn't happen. I'd be very respectful and, like, look, I'm just here to talk. Not that I'm afraid of what would happen, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Respect is everything. So, I always caution other teams and stuff to have it, be respectful. So, yeah, right on the money, Toxie. Good for you. All right, so here we go. Once again, in the soda shop. Okay, you'll hear like these knocking or popping noises right there. That wasn't us. We didn't make those noises. We don't knock on things in an investigation or anything like that because we don't want to mistake it as something else. In fact, you'll hear us tag our audio a lot of the time, like where we have to walk across the floor that makes sound, like loose floorboards or something, and we'll go, "That's me walking," or walking. And that's to let whoever may hear it, including ourselves, know that, hey, that's us, it's not a spirit making noise. And so if we were going to knock, we would tag that audio, first of all. And secondly, we're not going to knock because we were all sitting down. We were all motionless when this was going on. So let's give that another listen. Okay, and once again, right there, just to kind of point this out, if I were to jostle my digital recorder, the digital audio recorder that you're actually hearing here, you would actually hear something like this. Kind of a scratchy sound like that. But here's the interesting part about that we just heard. I wasn't holding the digital recorder. In fact, it was sitting still. Inside the soda shop, there is a phone booth that actually came from a 1940s hotel that was in Mansfield that actually burnt down. And it is one of the only pieces that survived the fire. And so kind of like ritualistically, every time that we're there, I'll take that phone off the hook, and there's a little shelf in there. And I'll set the digital recorder down and set the phone right next to it. And then just leave it and walk away. And I've actually gotten EVPs, it sounds like somebody's talking through an old phone, which is why I do that. So these scratching noises that you're hearing, that's not me. None of us were anywhere near there. We were sitting on the other side of the room. And you hear footsteps there, and nobody was walking. We were all sitting down. So, awesome stuff. And the cool thing I gotta say about the Fire Museum, as opposed to probably, the places that, thank you. Thank you. Toxie just said something in chat that just brightened me right the fuck up. She goes, you catch more flies with honey. I say that all the fucking time. I got that from my grandmother. She used to say that to me all the time, and that's always been kind of our philosophy with this stuff. So, thank you. Anyways, yeah, that walking, you just hear, that sounds to me anyways, it sounds to me like somebody with like hard-soled shoes or boots, which none of us were wearing. I wear moccasins, actually, when I investigate. You can't even hear me move. And everybody else pretty much wears like sneakers and stuff. So, like, when those footsteps happen, it's not as sharp a sound. This sounds like some hardcore boots on a wooden floor, and it's not even a wooden floor. It's all tile in there. So, there you have it. Alright, this next one, I kind of have to explain, because, like, if you were to see it, you might be like, what the fuck? Like, if you were to come to the Mansfield Fire Museum and see this thing, you'd be like, what the fuck is this all about? There is a house. It's like a little mock house right in the middle of the Fire Museum. And people are always like, what the fuck is going on here? Because it looks just like a house. In fact, inside, it looks just like a house, too. But what it actually is, it's called the safety house. What it's for is the Fire Museum has groups of children come in to check the museum out during the day. And what they'll do is they'll have like Bobby, who himself was a firefighter for 30 years, will teach these children a class on fire safety. And they use this mock house to do it, like, so that they know what to do in case there is smoke or a fire, and teaches them, like the whole stop, drop, and roll thing, or to get down near the floor so you're not breathing in smoke, all that stuff. And but it is made up just like a little mock house. And we always get a lot of shit. Oh my god, it's ridiculous the amount of activity we get in this place. I've been to the big places, by the way. I've been to, like, the Mansfield Reformatory. That was so popular because it was on Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters. I've been to Brownella Cottage. I've been to all those places. I've been to Winchester Mystery House and investigated there. But what I got to say is that never before could I say that my team has never once, not one time, walked away from an investigation without some sort of evidence to show for it. Not one time before. Which tells me that we're definitely doing something right. So anyways, this is, we're inside the safety house, and we're in the little, like, living room area where there's these two really comfy, like, recliner chairs. And we're kicking it there, doing an EVP session.
Is that you just showing yourself in the camera?
Okay, and now, once again, there's knocking sounds. This particular night, these knocking sounds seem to follow us everywhere, but we never heard it. Like, you don't hear any of us react to it. So whatever was making these sounds wasn't doing it, like, within our range of hearing. Because we don't react to it. Because, you know, if we would have heard it, one of us would have been like, okay, who's knocking? And you'd hear that, but don't hear it. And once again, also, there sounds like hard-soled boots. And this is an entire different area of the Farm Museum. So, I don't know, food for thought. Anyways, here we go. Oh, and one more thing real quick. That little beeping sound you hear, I actually have a device. It's called the Gauss Master. What it does is it measures electromagnetic fields, which ghosts are said to be able to manipulate when they manifest. And so that's what's happening. Something's going on here.
Show yourself again. You should have seen that more. Yeah, it makes sense. It was definitely not an insect because it was the way it was moving. It didn't look like it had wings or anything. Right. But all I know is that, ooh. Okay, shadow this one. This looked like an adult. Anyways.
Okay, so there you have that one. Okay, look. Oh, boy. I got to tell you, got another one for you from the attic. Oh, wow. This was an interesting night. We had guest investigators there from another team they're actually called EVP, actually. It's like ectoplasmic something paranormal. I forget. But they're good people. But the EVP team, I'll call them, they were here during this particular night, and this was up in the attic. And I'm not sure if my recorder was running, but one of the investigators from EVP actually scared Reagan, and it was kind of funny. So you may or may not hear that. All right, here we go. EVP session recording, attic of the Fire Museum. If you're here with us tonight, we'd really like it if you could talk to us or show yourself. Yeah, it's just three of us. Okay, I'm going to set my recorder right here. This device with the little yeah. So once again, it's those footsteps, the hard-soled boots, and like I said, I wear moccasins. Like, my footsteps don't really make noise, or don't make very much when they do. So even the fact that you're hearing footsteps there is kind of weird. Because, I mean, I was walking. Because when I'm up there in the attic, what I like to do is set my digital recorder on the other side of the room, like away from us. Because we always see a lot of shadow movement back there, which you'll probably see on some of our videos from the web series. In fact, one investigation we just did, I got one of them to raise up their hand on command. It was pretty cool. Yeah, exactly like Toxie just said in chat, sounded like boots to her. And that's exactly, and I don't wear boots on investigation, like, ever. So it was kind of weird. EVP session recording, attic of the Fire Museum. If you're here with us tonight, we'd really like it if you could talk to us or show yourself. Yeah, it's just three of us. Okay, I'm going to set my recorder right here. This device with the little Okay, folks, that is just about it for tonight. Tune in Wednesday night. It is going to be an awesome show. You will not want to miss it. It is paranormal true crime with a twist. I've talked about the victims haunting places before. I've talked about the killers haunting places before. But Wednesday night, what we're going to talk about are the detectives who investigated the crimes now haunting. Find out on Wednesday night. Alright, my pack, my tribe, mi familia. Until next time, peace out.